I'm Andrew, and I want to tell you a little bit about my faith story. I'm someone who doesn't always find faith very easy. I value prayer, but prayer can be a bit of a struggle. I find it hard sometimes to know what God's saying to me, and sometimes I have doubts and I have questions. That might seem strange for someone whose full-time work is as a Christian minister, but that's the reality of my experience. And sometimes I find that when I can speak about my experience, it just helps other people to speak about theirs. I really value a story that's in Mark chapter 9, where a man comes to Jesus and he wants his son to be healed. And he says, "I believe, help my unbelief." Because for me, that's something of what faith can be about. A few weeks ago, I was finding things a bit difficult. I've come to a new place, and although I love Skipton and it's great being here and I'm enjoying being a minister here, there was a lot to do and it just felt a bit overwhelming. And there was one particular day when I didn't know what I should do, and so I just ended up sitting down in the chair in my study and praying. I just had to say to God, "Look, I can't do this. You're going to have to help me." And I can't say that I felt anything really miraculous that day, but I managed to get on with the day, and over the next days I just sensed that God was with me. It was a good reminder to me that I can't do what God's called me to do in my strength. I can only do it in the strength of God and through the grace and the help of God. So you may be wondering why I'm stood here in Airville Park in my running gear. I'm someone who enjoys running, but I only took up running fairly recently. About 4 years ago, my sister challenged me to do a 5k park run, and so I did, over in Lancashire. When I was at school, my sports teacher told me I was rubbish at sport, and so I imagined I couldn't do things like running, but I found that I could. And I run by putting one foot in front of another, which may sound a bit strange, but that's how I've managed to keep going. And so very often on a Saturday morning, I'm here in Airville Park doing the park run. I've even managed a couple of half marathons. And that running has reminded me that faith can be like that for me at times. Sometimes it's about keeping going. Sometimes it's about putting one foot in front of another. Sometimes I do experience God clearly and I hear his voice through other people, through preaching, through the Bible. Sometimes it feels as if God's very quiet. But I trust that God is there in amongst it all. I've been a Christian for about 43 years, and during that time I've been really glad to know that God has been there. God has never let go of me. Sometimes I might have tried to let go of him, but he's never ever let go of me. Let's pray. Loving God, we thank you that you're a God who holds on to us throughout our lives. Be with each one of us on our journey of faith. Amen.